Who has the best hair in any movie ever? And what is the best time travel movie? Today, we're going to find out. This is the award-winning movie podcast. Let's get straight to it. Be sure to hit all the buttons, do all the things, comment why we're wrong, and enjoy the pod.
Right, we're doing best hair, and as our listeners might not know, Brad used to cut and style hair and of course worked in the film industry. So Brad, can you give us your take on sort of the industry's attitude towards hair and why it's important in film?
Well, that's just a blatant lie. I never used to cut and style hair.
I've never been humble.
You cut and styled Cameron's hair and Johnny's.
Because they were poor at uni and wanted me to cut it. I was not.
No, you did. But he was actually also responsible for all of the Hobbit's hairstyles in Lord of the Rings.
That was me.
They didn't bring him back for the Hobbit, but he did actually do all of them. So, Brad, when you were, you would have been like 4 years old.
Yeah.
When those movies were made, it's crazy that they picked you to do that.
They were just wigs, Tom. Elijah Wood may have protested that they wore wigs, but they wore wigs.
Yeah.
So it's very easy.
But Brad, you cut and style your own hair.
I don't anymore. I used to when I was just doing buzz cuts. I just shave it off myself.
Yeah.
But now I'm growing it long and sexy. Much like you, Craig. Craig's got long, sexy hair. If anyone looks at our image for our podcast, our little logo, you'll see Craig on the left with long, luxurious hair, me in the middle with middle hair, and then Tom on the right with no hair.
Yeah, and sort of like as a big ego boost, Craig used to often get told that he looked like what's the actor from Game of Thrones? Jon Snow.
Kit Harington, and on set, I don't work on films anymore, but on set, usually my nickname would be Shit Harrington.
But you literally look nothing like Kit Harington.
Yeah, and you don't even have curly hair.
But no.
His hair's curly as well. Like.
I was keeping count for 3 years, and I lost count at around the 24th time somebody came up to me.
Yeah, but they're just wrong. You don't look like Kit Harington.
I think it's just when Game of Thrones was popular, he was the most popular long-haired man with a beard at the time. Yeah. That's all it was. But it was flattering, but he's also like 5'5", isn't he? So
is he? Is Kit Harington a hobbit? Oh, he's 5'8". Okay, right. He's not that short. That's like an average amount of short.
How tall's Tom Cruise?
Well, Tom Cruise is short as fuck, I think.
Yeah, 5'8" again, I think.
That's still not that short. Oh, it's 5'7", but he's always wearing lifts, Tom, though, isn't he?
I assume Kit Harington is as well if he's playing Jon Snow at that height.
Right, I'm going to make a prediction here. Brad has Tom Cruise as one of his hairstyle nominations, or possibly his main one.
Yeah, I do. I have him in. I've got a load of nominations, but not really anything to say about a single one of them, except for, they've got nice hair.
But I feel like that's kind of the category, right? But I think sometimes there's a little bit more about it, right? Because I think what makes great hair.
Well, I think it can be more. It can define the character. It can be like iconic. There's that element to it. And then it can add drama and cinematicness. Like, for example, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2. His hair's whipping all over the place when he's on his motorbike and it looks cool. Insanely over the top, but it does add something to the movie. So there is that element.
Yeah, I'd say counter to that though. Tom Cruise in like latest Mission Impossible when he's on the biplane. The stunt is very impressive, but whatever the fuck is going on with his barnet is really distracting. Because it's too much.
It's showing the speed. If he was bald, you'd be like, he's stationary. You need the hair to
No, you'd be like,
velocity.
God damn, that man's aerodynamic as shit and prepared for this stunt.
My actual one that's Tom Cruise isn't any of them. It's a Collateral, which is just him with like silver hair. Just because it looks cool. He looks cool as shit.
Yeah. His 90s boy band look.
Yeah, he just looks badass.
Oh, and it makes him look evil as well, doesn't it?
Great.
Which you think, do you guys think as a base Tom Cruise looks kind of evil? I think a lot of people say that now, but I don't know how much of that is like sort of based on him being a Scientologist and people being upset with that.
I don't think he base looks evil. He can have insane eyes in certain interviews when he's locked in and drilling down on you. But
yeah, he's definitely an intense kind of dude. I don't think that's maybe related to the hair, but he's an intense looking guy.
Sort of guy that forgets to blink.
Yeah, or purposely doesn't blink to upset you.
But you see what I mean? All I have to say about that is, his hair looks cool in that. There's nothing else I could say apart from that.
Craig, what have you got? Who's
Johnny Depp in Chocolat.
Oh, Johnny Depp is what? Let me look that up.
Yeah, look him up.
Oh, I hate his hair in this.
Oh no, I love his hair in this. It's got like a slightly blonde tinge to it, but it's tied back, but it's got the 1 or 2 hair strands down. Oh, sexy man.
Okay, in certain shots it looks really cool, in certain shots he looks diseased. So it depends which one's the shot. Yeah, no, mostly it looks sexy. Yeah, I'll give you that. And he's got this cool little, what do you call them? Like the fringe that just goes over your face, just little, but not the whole fringe, just like little strands, the odd strand, little tendrils. I love them.
I don't know what it is, but it's doing it for me.
I do feel like, though, that maybe this is because of this, I don't know, but I feel like this is the default hair you give a man who's kind of like, oh, he's cool and sexy and unkempt, and then they give him that hair.
And it works.
Does work.
Well, yeah, sure, but it's like the default choice.
And keeping in with the theme of this podcast, I've not seen the movie. But I've just seen pictures of him in Chocolat, and I'm like, oh, fuck, he looks good.
Should we rattle off some of the iconic haircuts that people talk about?
Yeah, so Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious.
I knew Tom's going to be on the bald wagon.
No, but it's because, right, Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious, he's like ascendantly bald. There is not even a trace of hair on that man's head. It's like it's been lasered off. He's aerodynamic. That's what you need from an action star. And hair simply gets in the way. It's like Bruce Willis. He was only good once he got to Die Hard 4.0 because before that he had too much.
Yeah, Die Hard 4.0 is the best Die Hard, definitely.
Yeah, it's the best Die Hard. Well, it's not the best Die Hard, but it's the most aerodynamic Bruce Willis.
It's the most aerodynamic Die.
Yeah, it's the most aerodynamic Die.
And flying the flag for bold, a lady friend at work told me her most attractive movie star, in her opinion, was Jason Statham.
Which I
strongly disagreed with.
He's a strong bald guy. He's a strong bald guy.
So bold sells, I guess.
He's a good looking lad. But I'll say, I've not got any bald men on my list for most iconic haircut. But there's some bald women, such as recently in Begonia, you had
I was
going
to say this. So I was going to say Begonia, she doesn't have great hair to begin with in that movie. It's just a normal hair. But about 10 minutes in, she's got a great fucking haircut.
And then you got to mention Demi Moore as well on that for G.I. Jane.
Yeah, Ripley in Alien 3.
Yeah, way more iconic than her haircut in the first one.
Yeah, because there's nothing iconic at all about her.
Yeah, it's just frizzy hair.
No, there is kind of. Her having curly hair is part of the iconic thing. But if we aren't just mentioning bald people, one of my actual picks, and the only reason it's not the winner is because it's a wig, is Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. And it's because you want that hair. You're a little boy and you watch that movie. You want that hair. You want to be Aragorn.
When I was trying to grow my hair long, my aim was Aragorn. I just kept saying, no, I'm not cutting it until it gets Aragorn. I'm getting Aragorn hair.
And Aragorn.
And I gave up before it got to Aragorn length.
Yeah, I think it's because you've got to get a wig. But you dream about it. You're like, if I could have the hair and the beard of Aragorn, and I could be like slightly rained on at all times, and then I could walk around pushing open double doors exactly like he does. Everyone's gonna think I'm cool as fuck, and I'll be undefeatable.
Yeah, that is the look. It is iconic. So are we giving like negative points to wigs? Is it only want natural hair?
Because I think if it's best hair, I think it's got to be actual hair.
There's a lot of haircuts where you don't really know for the wigs, I suppose. Lots of women supposedly all their hair is wigs, even when it's just a perfectly achievable look.
Well, I suppose there's like extensions and stuff, but I think a full-on wig can't count.
Is the Joker Heath Ledger? Is that a wig?
Oh, I thought that was just his hair.
It might be. I don't know. That's what I mean. I don't know when it's a wig and when it's not. But I'd say the Joker's haircut is one of them that I put towards the top because it's not that it looks cool or sexy like a lot of the others. It's just that it helps his character a lot and build him up. And he uses it. He's always like tossling it, like when he reveals himself as a nurse and stuff.
He touches his hair quite a lot especially for a male performance. Yeah, it looks crucially like his hair. It's not too like manufactured or like, he looks perfect.
It's like he's just dyed it himself in the sink at home is kind of the vibe. Like his war paint he's putting on.
That's actually a really good show. I hadn't thought of anything like that because I did mostly go for cool ones.
Yeah.
Goes against the traditional Joker haircut as well, doesn't it?
It's a bit less clean. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's like crazy. And I think he's normally a bit more put together, isn't it? Like Joker has like a sort of like old, almost sort of like 50s style looked after hairstyle until the Heath Ledger Joker, when actually he's like you say, he looks like, he's dyed it himself. It's not really styled or anything. It's like, he's washed it and he's not even dried it. He's just, he's gone straight out.
It reminds me a bit of Taxi Driver, where he just like gives himself a mohawk to get ready for war, basically. It's kind of the same premise of just a weird guy at home dressing himself up for a battle.
So why do they call him a Joker? I heard he wears makeup. Makeup? Yeah, to scare people. War paint.
This is the most guy version of like picking the best hair in the movie.
I was about to say, let's bring up a woman. And one that I've got that's a bit striking, and again, not just, they've got nice hair. Because there's loads of women, obviously, you go, they've got nice hair. Meryl Streep in Devil Wears Prada, she's got nice hair that she flips around and Julia Roberts has got great hair in loads of things. It's quite iconic looks, Pretty Woman.
Right, yeah, but see, I'd say that my trouble with that portion of it is that we could be like, oh, she's got great hair in that. And if you were from the perspective, like of a woman, you'd be like, no, you're wrong. All of those things that you said are great are actually shit. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, because how the fuck would I know, Like,
I was going to say one that's like more characterful, like the Joker, rather than just like nice real life hair.
Yeah.
Is Fifth Element. Bright red, orange hair she's got in that little bob.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite an iconic look.
Yeah, it's hard to elaborate on any of these, so I'm just going to say another one. I'm just going to keep reeling them off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just go, oh, they've got nice hair.
Anna de Armas in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, yeah.
She looks well fit.
Oh, all right, Craig.
Calm down, Craig.
Craig started off by saying that we're having a bit of a sexist podcast at the moment, just talking about men's hair. The first woman he mentions.
And then he just has to be a pig. But I suppose she has multiple different hairs in that movie, doesn't she? She has hair,
so she can change.
Like main character's hair. And then there's the sort of version of her as an AI person with the giant lady who has the blue hair instead with the totally different.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't remember who plays her, but the one where the prostitute comes round and her hair in that as well is quite cool.
Yeah, because I mean, sci-fi hairstyles, they always tend to go for they're like, oh, it's like coloured hair is what we're doing for that now.
You have to have coloured hair if it's the future. Hence the Fifth Element and
hence the Fifth
Blade
Element.
Runner.
But I suppose maybe that comes from the Fifth Element, and that's why Fifth Element is a great choice.
Yeah. Well, there's loads in the original Blade Runner as well of women's hair being quite kind of like it's 80s future, if you know what I mean. So it's the 1980s, but in the future. So it's all very of that type, very 1980s still. I'll just mention one more woman that I've got on my list that's an iconic one, but it's one that I actually don't like. It's not one I want to big up. I'm just curious to hear your guys' thoughts on it. The iconic Princess Leia side of the hair, whatever you call them, things. Do you guys like that or think it looks dumb?
No, I don't think it looks dumb. I definitely don't think it looks dumb. I think I like that, and it is iconic as well, which sort of like helps it. You know what I mean? Like, I suppose it's a very like sci-fi thing to do. I think to have a hairstyle that's kind of like grossly impractical. But I actually think that Leia has a load of great hairstyles.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah.
Can that count for best hair? Because it's not just one hairstyle, is it? It's like the versatility of Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher's
I think we've got to pick one do. You got to pick one hair.
But it's just there's multiple do's in one film. Like the one that she has in the second, where it's like a sort of braid that goes around her entire head.
Braid's a good look.
That's really good.
Also, Anakin in Episode 3.
Anakin in Episode 3, but that's back to I am 14 years old and this is cool.
Yeah, cool, Anakin, yeah. Obi-Wan's mullet, those are good ones.
Yeah, because as soon as he doesn't have his short hair, you're like, oh my god, he has long hair. That is maybe the coolest thing ever. Wow, that's cool. 5 stars. I think, why is that? Do 12-year-old boys still find that cool? I feel like universally that was cool to me.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere like George Lucas wanted it to be long because he was sort of subconsciously rebelling against other Jedi already because the rest of them had mullets and neat haircuts and shit.
Makes sense. Fair enough. Another one when I was 12 and thought, oh, this is going to be a great movie. He's so cool. Brad Pitt now has long hair. Troy. Sexy blonde Brad Pitt. My God. What a man.
I've never seen it.
You've not seen Troy? Oh.
I thought it was one of his shit ones, isn't it?
No.
Troy's not good.
It's too long and it's crazy, but Brad Pitt, long hair, blonde, sexy.
I think it's mostly about shirtless, long-haired Brad Pitt.
5 stars. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
If I had to pick Brad Pitt with long hair, I feel like Brad Pitt in World War Z was just like...
that's bad.
He was sort of his David Beckham.
Yeah, no, but I don't like it. Don't like him like that. No.
I was into it. I don't like that same haircut in the first John Wick, but...
Oh, I've got John Wick on my list as best hair ever because he's got those little dangly frond bits. When it gets all wet in the rain, it's all dramatic and cool and cinematic. Sexy.
Yeah, and you know what? There's something about like the key here is I know that I was trying to play for the ball team, but it is cooler when they have long hair. Like Keanu Reeves immediately looks like a way cooler guy than he used to.
You add rain to a scene and it makes it more dramatic, cinematic, affects the mood.
Yeah.
And then if you have a bald guy in that kind of action scene or whatever, or any kind of scene, if you have a woman with long hair and it gets all damp and wet, it shows her emotion that she's a bit desperate or that she's angry or that she's whatever you want. And then the same way you do an action movie, and if they're bald, they're not kind of changed by the weather. Whereas if they're a woman with long hair or a man with long hair, it can drip down and look all dramatic and it can add to the tone and the drama a lot more and be more cinematic and cool. So that's why John Wick having long hair is much better than if he had a shaved head.
That's upsetting. That's upsetting for me to hear.
You can never be in a cinematic rain scene, Tom. It's too late for you.
It's too late for you. Your hair's gone. Now you can never be cinematic.
The trade-off is that it's more convenient. You don't have to dry your hair after. That's the thing. If John works out in the rain, you know he must really want what he's after, because he's going to have to dry his hair after, and it's going to be a whole palaver.
He could get a cold. He could get a cold.
Sick.
Yeah. Whereas, to be fair, it is very true that if you're bald, it's like, well, it doesn't matter. Like, what am I going to do? Get my hair wet? Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
If a bald man's in the rain, he's not desperate. He doesn't care. Someone with long hair in the rain, oh God, they must really...
They're ruining their long hair.
Yeah, they must be really, really want whatever they're after. That's why John Wick is my pick. If he didn't have long hair, you'd be like, he probably doesn't really care about this dog. But the long hair sells it.
John is a man of focus, commitment, sheer will. I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil.
Father, I can make this right.
Oh, how do you plan that?
By finishing what I started.
What the? I didn't hear a fucking word I said. Papa, you have so...
Oh, you know who also has great hair? I watched this yesterday, and because it's important to the character as well, is Clementine in The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh yeah, she dyes it constantly, doesn't she?
Oh,
yeah,
great
she dyes it
choice.
constantly, and that obviously is a huge character thing, and it's supposed to be about obviously her being impulsive and changing her mind quite often and being quite sort of free-spirited as a character, which is, I guess, kind of the typical idea that's, the association with changing your hair colour that often. But as well as what it does, it's really, really important to the structure of the movie, because Eternal Sunshine, like a lot of Charlie Kaufman movies with this sort of high concept, is really economical with how it gets you to understand that concept and the structure of the movie. Like, they don't waste loads of time being like, oh, like we've started at the end of the movie and now we're going back, and it doesn't throw up a title card that says, 3 weeks earlier or whatever. It trusts you to know where you are in the movie without explicitly telling you, but because Clementine's hair color is different. So it goes to the next bit and you're like, oh, she's impulsive, maybe she changed it again. So it sort of throws you off a tiny amount to just keep things interesting. But as the movie goes on, you're like, well, okay, she's had blue hair in this one bit and she had orange hair earlier. So the way that functions in the movie allows you to understand the structure of the whole thing without over explanation of the concept. And I think I've just talked myself into thinking that that's like a great movie.
It's a good shout. Yeah, I didn't have that one on. It's good, yeah.
Because you need it. You need it for the movie to work. It's not just that it looks good and suits the character. It's that you need it for the movie to work.
That is a good shout, to be fair. Also, Tom, I thought you were going to say Adam Driver in the first new Star Wars, because the first thing you said when we saw that was you wanted to know what conditioner he used.
Yeah, it was because he takes off his helmet and it's like, oh, I'm Kylo Ren and I'm scary. And then you suddenly end up in like a L'Oreal advert where he's like, the air's blowing, his hair's flowing everywhere and it's got, like endless volume. And you're like, well, that's just fucking crazy, man. Like, what's his routine?
The hair had real life practicality though, because I think it's designed to hide his ears, isn't it? Because Adam Driver has big ears.
Sorry, Adam Driver. Your ears aren't that big. I think it is also just kind of the hair that Adam Driver has, but maybe just like a bit more like worked on. Because he does have long hair, doesn't he?
No, they're hiding his ears.
But what it does do for that character is that because it's not like a military haircut, it's like you were saying with the George Lucas thing, it makes him this sort of like more, sort of rebellious, not of the traditional Sith or Jedi Order issue haircut, you know what I mean? He's not like a posh sort of put together guy. He's got his long hair and he's young and he's,
It's kind of like if Anakin Episode 3 had a hair straightener.
Yeah, and like a team of hairstylists that saw to his hair every time he took his helmet off. Because it genuinely is insane. It's like Anakin at least kind of looks like shit sometimes, and I think that's the, like you're saying, the beauty of the John Wick things, that he gets it in rain and he gets it in it sort of like adds to how sort of battered he looks by the end of each movie. But like Kylo Ren, he just looks like he's come out the salon in every shot.
Take that ridiculous thing off. There it is.
My pick, I think I'm going with John Wick for the cinematicness. Okay. Tom's going with Clementine, which is a very good shout, a cool plot device. What is Craig's actual nomination?
Anna de Armas in Blade Runner 2049. She looks well fit.
Oh, okay. He's doubling down. All right.
For fuck's sake, he's a dog. He's a dog. I don't know. I don't know about women's hair, but to me, it strikes me as like kind of like a cute hairstyle and sort of makes her look a bit like naive, I guess.
Well, she's kind of designed to be like man's perfect fictional woman, isn't she?
Yeah,
So
which
it's probably
I've
going
always
for that.
read that in that movie to feel like, oh, is it Kay, the main character? Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I always felt like Kay has this bit where you're like, oh, he believes that he's sort of in love with the Anna de Armas character, but like that is really limited because she's an AI for one, and she's sort of designed to be how he wants her to be.
Yeah.
And is naturally like a little bit subservient because that, even though she has her own intelligence, she's like an image of his own desires, which is like, and I think her looking a little bit younger and naive because obviously she's more like, I guess in AI age, is she more like a child, you know what I mean? Like a younger age or whatever. I don't know, but it's got the weird dynamic, right? It's not like, oh, she's
a product designed by a corporation to appeal to men. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's not like an individual adult woman with her own sort of like agency to do whatever the hell she wants. And that's like the limit of the Blade Runner thing, where it's sort of like, oh, he's kind of bought into this idea of himself with the hero, and he's got this girlfriend, and then it's like, oh, but that doesn't really add up because you're kind of, I don't know, you're like really sort of infantile as a dude.
Oh yeah, he's got to be like 2 years old or something as well, hasn't he?
I guess, yeah. How old are replicants? I guess that they don't.
I mean, he thinks he's older, but
Yeah, and he sort of thinks he has more depth to his own character than he does, and it's sort of like, oh, because my memories aren't my own, and blah blah blah.
it's a good haircut. Craig's not wrong.
It's a good haircut.
Yeah, could I give a special shout out to one person though? Because Tilda Swinton, no matter what hairstyle they give her in a movie, she just sort of makes it work. Is it just me?
She's had basically every hairstyle you could ever think of in a movie, and I think she does. Her own hair is very short, so they are, I guess, all wigs.
Oh, she's gone bald in Doctor Strange. Very bald. Yeah, she's had a little side parting short on one side. She's all about the hair. Tilda. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's a range of hairstyles, but I feel like there must be wigs, and I feel like I'm still maintaining that you lose points for wigs.
Okay, sorry, Tilda.
Sorry, Tilda, you did a
No
good
points
job.
for you.
Love Tilda Swinton.
Last one I wanted to mention, or two actually, for those sexy dangly things that come down your hair. That's what it's all about. Little sexy wet John Wick dangly things that are different to a fringe. Is there a word for them? I don't know what, there needs to be a word, but you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, I know the thing you mean. Yeah.
Jakey G gets a great one in Prisoners. When he smashes his keyboard, his hair all flops down. Like, oh,
Oh, he
that's
does,
cool.
yeah.
Again, adding to the
yeah.
mood and the tone and the emotion. If he was bald, you'd be like, oh, his hair's not dangling down all cool, showing how dishevelled he is. It's not showing his mood as much. That's what you need. You need dangly bits. And then secondly, one of the best haircuts of all time, and it's because it's purely sexy.
Yeah.
Kind of like Craig's choice of chocolat, but I'd say better,
Mm.
more iconic. Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. That is fucking... Oh,
That just feels like a 90s guy haircut.
no,
to me.
that's the pinnacle of 90s guys.
Yeah.
Sexy haircut.
If you're talking Leo, there was a brief phase where he did a little bit of hair acting, I think. Like, remember in Inception at the start where he's chomping on some soup or whatever it is, and his hair's got that middle parting going on because the hair gel's no longer holding. I think, oh, that was good hair flop, like good hair acting. Like, oh, he's a bit disheveled. He's been through some shit. But once
That's
it's
good
back
hair
neat
acting.
and back again in the typical Leo way, you're like, he's back on his game. This character, he's in his element. But when the hair flops down, shit's gotten real again.
It's making me respect bald actors here that do good performances because 90% of the work is done by your hair, I'm pretty sure. If Leo didn't have hair, I don't think he'd be successful as an actor. It's all about the hair. I'm now thinking, most bald men in movies, I'm sure there's obviously going to be exceptions, but they're often stoic because they get cast in a certain way, like Captain Picard or The Rock or Bruce Willis. They're often this cool guy who doesn't get fazed by things, and that's what
Is
they
it
do.
because they can't do hair
They
acting
can't do
anymore?
hair acting.
Yeah, hair acting is a shit, man.
Yeah. So if you're a bald man in Hollywood, you've got to just play the kind of reserved, cool, chill guy, or the angry guy like Samuel L. Jackson or something.
I feel like that's really annoying though, because I feel like in real life it's done nothing to make me more stoic.
I always thought it made sense those kind of characters are more stoic because you're used to your head being cold all the time. So like you're just used to this level of discomfort.
Your head being cold is a big problem, to be fair. It's
Yeah, I've never seen you dramatic and dishevelled, Tom. Really desperate, to be fair. You might be, but you just never came across because you didn't. You didn't have a dangly fringe that was all wet in front
the
of your
hair
face.
acting. Yeah, back in the day, if I got caught in a rain shower.
I'm just looking at you in the rain all the time, going, "Oh, Tom seems fine." But really, you were having a nightmare.
Yeah, inside I'm going through some shit.
But out of the three of ours, John Wick, I'm going with for the cinematicness. Craig's is a very nice haircut, Anadarmus. But I think I'm going to move over to Tom's side with Clementine because of the plot reasons and because of how well it works. And it does look good and it does give you an idea of mood and character. It does all the things. I'm going to go with Clementine with Tom.
Nice. I'm sticking as well.
Yeah, I'd vote for Clementine.
So the winner of Best Hair is Kate Winslet's Clementine in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Woo, yeah.
Yay. Oh, and the good thing about choosing that is that she actually will have a clip from the movie I can use here talking about her hair. I don't think anyone else ever mentions
and
the
she
hair.
talks about different hair colours in the hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would thought I would remember you.
It might be the hair.
What might?
It changes a lot, the color. So that's why you might not recognize me. It's called Blue Ruin
Right.
color. Snappy name, huh?
I like it.
I apply my personality in a paste.
Oh, I doubt that very much.
The next one we're doing is the best ever time travel movie.
Well, there's genres within the genre, isn't there? You know, there's the repeats itself day movie, or the going back in the past and hanging out for a while movie, or the jumping back and forth movie.
As long as it's time travel, they all count. But one that doesn't count, I watched this last night because it was on loads of lists of one of the best time travel movies. Run, Lola, Run. There's no fucking time travel in it.
Oh, is there no time travel in it?
No.
I've never seen it.
It's like an alternate timeline story. It's like sliding doors or something. It's just alternate realities. Like, she doesn't travel back or like gain extra knowledge. It's just three different versions of her. That does not count. That is not time travel.
See, this is why this podcast has to exist, though, because everybody else's lists are wrong, as we've discovered in the past.
She does have great hair in that, though. Another contender for that. Very similar to Fifth Element, but
Yeah, we love a woman with colourful hair.
yeah. Another one I watched last night, double billed this with Run Lola Run because they're both only like 70 minutes. At Craig's mention of it, I watched Primer, which is not on my list of best time travel movies because it was fucking shit.
Yeah, no, this was going to be my thing as well. I think the reason Primer's really celebrated, I was waiting, this is why, Craig, I was like, I'll save it. Primer's really celebrated because everyone's like, oh, the time travel makes a sort of like logical and science and physics sense. And in a way, that's kind of impressive, but it's fucking boring.
Yes,
It's just like, oh my God, it's dull. And I think that's what really got me about it, is that like, I don't remember anything about any characters in that movie. Are there any?
Yeah.
And then they use the time travel to do nothing, and it feels like the whole movie is a demonstration about how clever you are about the idea of the practicalities and real physics implications of time travel, rather than actually trying to make an entertaining movie.
Yeah, that is what it is.
I was just going to say, I brought up Primer the other night, saying, oh, you guys seen it? Because I thought it's a film we should mention, but as Tom said, it's quite boring, so I didn't want to watch it again. I was hoping one of you guys would watch it for me and mention it, and there you go, you did. So thanks, Tom.
Yeah, couldn't pay me to watch it again.
I thought you were going to say, Craig, that you've never seen it and that you wanted someone to have seen it, so you tricked us into watching it then, in which case I would have fucking killed you.
No, I saw every movie 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did see it. But it's one of them, it's sort of like, it's like known, and I get it, and it's like, oh, okay, sort of clever.
I mean, that's the main thing for me. The characters had nothing to them. They're just guys in ties. Like,
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about any of the characters. Yeah, they're just dudes. And I think that's the bit where it really lets itself down. Is like, I think actually the science angle or whatever, or the sort of accuracy of the thing, I'm not that interested in. I remember that the guy who directed Primer basically consulted on like the time travel element of Looper. But Looper also breaks from the logic thing of it, just to do things that it thinks are going to be cool for a movie, and I think that's actually a better thing to do. And the kind of stuff. Looper's not that great either. Looper's fine. I don't know why they CGI'd Bruce's face like that. It's just creepy. It's like, just if you tell me this is him younger, I'll just accept it. Like, you know what I mean?
Although you do bring up a good point about the logic of time travel movies, and I want to give a shout out to a movie that doesn't get a lot of respect in the time travel realm of things, which is Harry Potter 3, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yeah, no, I had that on the list. That was the first one I thought of.
It's one of the few movies I think that gets time travel logic really correct. Obviously, you can't do time travel, but at least it makes sense to me, which is that they travel back in time and do things, but those things already happened. They just didn't know they happened. So they don't actually change. They do change stuff, but it had already happened. They think Buckbeak gets their head chopped off, but really the guy was just chopping a pumpkin. So they've not changed reality. They've just their perspective has changed because of what happened.
There's no butterfly effect.
Yeah, it all already happened. Just the way they interpreted it happened differently. They did change things. Those things had already been changed on the path they were on. It's quite hard to say what I mean, but the logic follows.
Yeah, that's the thing that adds up, and it works in a neat way that doesn't feel like bullshitty, where it sort of invents like a bit of random crap. Because I was saying that the thing that about it's an excellent time travel movie where time travel isn't actually the whole thing about it. Like, it does help build up to the climax and whatever, but it's a good movie anyway. That has time travel in it, and so even though they get all the logic stuff right, it's totally different to Primer in the sense that Primer is not a very good movie. It's just a very like cleverly structured movie, whereas like Prisoner of Azkaban is cleverly structured and it's a good movie. And I think actually of the main Harry Potter movies, even separate to the time travel thing, the actual emotional payoff at the climax of Prisoner of Azkaban works in a way that's sort of like more powerful and impactful than basically anything else that happens in any other Harry Potter movie.
Yes, it's often regarded as the best one, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, and for good reason. And I think it's sort of like, like Alfonso Cuarón, he's maybe a little bit too good to be doing Harry Potter. And then, like, there's no point in him doing another one. He may as well actually make, Alfonso Cuarón movies.
The time travel doesn't give you a headache either because it's magic. If they try and science it in a sci-fi film or something like that, you sort of instinctually question the logic of it, but because it's magic, you can just sort of attribute all the time travel to magic and not have to get bogged down by all the time travel logic involved, I think.
A bit, yeah. I just think it's nice that when they get back to the present, having done all the time travel stuff, it's not like they're in a new reality. It's just their perspective going in is that Buckbeak's dead, Sirius Black's going to be killed, and this and this have gone wrong. Then when they come out of it, it's just so they have stopped all those things. But the world is technically no different to the one they left. So you can kind of have your cake and eat it too, of do the dramatic thing and have it work within more reasonable like physics laws. Not that there's any physics to time travel, it's all nonsense. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, based on that pick, Brad, I'm going to predict your main mention is A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
That's not a time travel movie.
No, it's not. That didn't come into play in my mind.
Goes to Christmas Past.
Yeah, I'll say
no, he gets shown Christmas Past. He doesn't go there. And that is just how things happened in the past. It doesn't he doesn't travel there with an ability to change things. I don't know. Does that count? Instinctively to me, that A Christmas Carol and all of its adaptations do not count.
It's a Wonderful Life time travel because he goes to a reality where he was never born, and kind of is.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe would be my contenders on it. But the one I want to pick as my main nomination, I'm not sure if I allow it as a time travel movie.
Yeah.
It's Minority Report. I don't think it's time, because it's not time travel, it's just seeing into the future, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think, I wouldn't have counted that as a time travel movie. I did sort of think of it and I'm like, it's a good movie.
It would be my pick, but I agree it probably doesn't count.
Yeah, because I don't think they do time traveling, they just do time seeing.
Watching.
Yeah.
I think it was worth giving a shout out to Le Jetée, which is a 1962 French film, which the two of you should have seen as well if you watched it at uni. And it's a black and white film about time travel. So it's set in like a post-apocalypse, post-World War III Paris. And they're sending people in a sort of science lab, sending people backwards and forwards in time.
Oh, it's the 12 Monkeys movie.
Yeah, and it's the movie that 12 Monkeys is based on. The reason I wanted to give it a shout out is that it's quite cool. It's like it's sort of quite ambitious, low budget sci-fi, especially for 1962.
For the listener who most likely hasn't seen it, I would say most people haven't seen this movie. It's just photographs, or stills at least, isn't it? It's not a moving
that's what I was
image.
Say. So the form of the movie is really cool because it's black and white photographs and voiceover.
Does a lot with very little.
Yeah, it does a lot with very, very little. And apparently the only reason it's like that is that there's a couple of shots in the movie which are like a regular movie moving image. And the reason it's only a couple of shots is that the guy who made it could only afford to rent a movie camera for one day, but he owned a stills camera. So he's like, I guess I'll just take a lot of photographs and get it together that way. And it's really incredible. The form of it's really interesting. And I think if you're interested in movies and making movies, I think it's on YouTube as well, Le Jetée, I think it's worth watching. Most movies, for understandable reasons, are made within the existing rules of how making a movie works. And, they're just trying to utilize the existing tools and styles and choices to tell the best version of their story, which is great. But occasionally, a movie like Le Jetée is made where it's sort of like, okay, this isn't in the usual rules of how movies are made, but why can't you make a movie start to finish that's stills edited together in an interesting way.
Yeah, and the story was good enough for Terry Gilliam to come along and say, let's make 12 Monkeys, which is another contender for best time travel movie in a more traditional movie format.
Yeah, but I think because it's a much more traditional movie, you know, it's got Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis and all this, it's sort of like, it's less interesting to me as a shout out than Legette.
Like Craig said, he saw every movie 20 years ago. 12 Monkeys, same for me. Is it good? I can't remember.
You don't remember Brad Pitt in it?
I remember Brad Pitt being crazy in it, but I can't remember much more than that.
Yeah, I can't remember too much about it other than I just thought it was okay.
Well, I can't remember either, so moving on.
Yeah. Sorry to
We'll call that out.
Well, should we talk about Back to the Future? As we've got to talk about it, I think, as the most famous time travel movie. Or not, if you guys don't want to know.
I've always been very neutral on the Back to the Future movies. I mean, it's a
Yeah, me
solid,
too.
like, simple 80s fun movie, but I've not been proclaiming it as one of the greatest movies ever, as some people do, but I have no issue with it. I guess I've always just been a bit lukewarm on it. It's just like, if I'd stick it on, but I'd never go out of my way to watch it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's just
I'd
more
agree,
if it was already on, I wouldn't turn it off kind of movie.
Yes. I have one specific beef with Back to the Future, though. And it's that Marty McFly takes credit for the Chuck Berry song, Johnny Be Good. And it's like, you're a little shit, man. You're a little fucking shit. Or you think you little boy can come up on stage here and just pretend you invented Johnny Be Good? You little fucker.
I think my main issue with it is the method of time travel. You have to get an old car and you have to get it to go 80 miles per hour.
The
and,
method is the best
sort of
method.
the MOT and tax on a DeLorean.
That's the coolest. That's the coolest. I would say if we're doing best time machine, it's definitely the DeLorean. It's the coolest. If because as the doc says,
Yeah.
play clip here.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
I don't know, I'd rather just have a hot tub in the back of my garden.
Are you just trying to get us to talk about Hot Tub Time Machine?
No, I'm not into it. Sorry, trashy boy movie. Sorry to anyone who does love it.
Well, why did you bring up time traveling hot tub?
Because it's a better method of time travel than a DeLorean. I don't have to go get in my car and then get to the local motorway or whatever and hit it to 80 miles per hour. I just need to go in my garden.
Well, see, great. You get to 1955, you're already stuck in a hot tub. At least if you go in a DeLorean, you've got a vehicle to drive around.
I don't like a hot tub. Time machine or not, I'm not into him.
I like a hot tub, but I don't want to just be stuck. You want to also move through space in your time machine.
No, but they're okay, but I feel like it's like, do you not get in one and then it's like, oh, they're warm and now it's like bubbling at my ass and I'm like, not sure about this, don't really love it. Think about that. So it's sort of like, to travel through time, I've got to go through kind of like an awkward and uncomfortable sensation.
I think they're good for on a holiday. You go on holiday. You don't want to own a hot tub.
Yeah.
You want to go to the hot tub.
So you'd prefer the DeLorean as a method of time travel?
Yeah.
It's way cool.
Cars have never been unsafe or dangerous. So
anyway, what's another movie that's a time travel we've got to talk about? Groundhog Day?
Yeah, Groundhog Day, really good movie. I personally don't love it as much, but I think it's just that I'm not that into Bill Murray. I can't explain it. I don't trust him. I don't know how to explain it.
He does spend the first 2/3 of the movie being an utter arsehole, to be fair.
He's meant to be a bit of a Scrooge is the wrong word, but a bit of an arsehole.
He is kind of a Scrooge, I guess,
Yeah.
isn't he, in a way? And it follows a sort of similar function of that. Yeah, Groundhog Day is a great movie, and obviously it kind of is a genre of movies in itself.
Yeah, it invented the genre, to my knowledge. There might be one before it, but it popularised it if it didn't invent it.
Yeah, and it's the ones what people would say, and I think that's kind of the thing where, because Craig was saying, is like, we could have done characters just like our best Groundhog Day movie, but then it's like, but it's Groundhog Day, and then it's that's that discussion over. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Well, you say that, but I was heavily suspecting Brad would prefer Edge of Tomorrow. Am I right?
If I was to stick one on tonight, if I had to watch Edge of Tomorrow or Groundhog Day, I would prefer to stick Edge of Tomorrow on. But I do think Groundhog Day is a better movie.
Oh, really?
There's a bit more going for Edge of Tomorrow, entertainment-wise, rewatch value maybe. But Groundhog Day has less flaws and less fat to it. It's a tighter watch, I think.
Yeah, and I think actually, although Edge of Tomorrow has quite like a fitting ending and it ends at sort of, a cool moment that's sort of like exactly the right time, I think Edge of Tomorrow becomes less interesting as it goes on, which I think is quite a big problem with it. Like the initial bit where they're doing the
the third
thing.
act could be like in any action movie, really.
Yeah, and it's quite just sort of
once
like
he loses his time travelness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes sort of like quite typical and a little bit safe and a little bit like, fine. But it's a cool movie, but it's not as good as Groundhog Day.
Is it called Edge of Tomorrow or Live Die Repeat now? What did they settle on?
It's called one of them. It's just stupid, but it's also like, I don't know, most movie names are bad. Like, get over it. You know what I mean?
I get changing it before it's out, but changing it after it's out, what's the point in that? Like,
To be fair, I suppose they didn't have a lot to... I think the original thing it's based on is called something really stupid.
It's called All You Need Is Kill.
All You Need Is Kill. Sorry, that's a fucking awful title. Sorry to any fans of All You Need Is Kill.
Is it a graphic novel or something, I think?
Yeah, it is. It is. And terrible title. And it's like, yeah, I wouldn't have seen a movie called that. But Edge of the Tomorrow's sort of like a different, like, kind of bad name as well. So you kind of can't win. They're all bad titles.
Well, Brad, I thought I knew you because thought that would be your second pick, and I thought your first would be Interstellar. For some reason. I know you're not a big Nolan guy, but...
I don't particularly rate Interstellar. I think there's great scenes in it, really good scenes in Interstellar, but I don't rate the movie that much. And does he...
Is Interstellar a time travel movie?
I know it does time distortion.
I guess he does.
Yeah, they go through a black hole. You know, it's one of those where, like, we're here, but years or decades have passed on Earth.
That's just the passage of time. I wouldn't say it's time travel. Then all movies are time travel. We're all traveling through time.
Just only forwards.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey, no, he does interact with the past.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd allow it for that. Yeah, the bookcase bit. Yeah.
And he moves the bookcase so that she makes a code from it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have allowed it.
Yeah, that's time travel, yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that bit. But Craig, did you think I really like Interstellar?
Yeah, well, there was a phase where you guys wouldn't shut up about Matthew McConaughey when we were in uni, and I thought,
that's
although I do remember you guys being like, Nolanisms, I think that's the word you had for it. So it's sort of those two things, that one thing you liked, but the one thing you didn't like, sort of collided in that one movie, and I took a 50-50 chance whether it got a pass from you guys.
Yeah, I quite like Interstellar.
I like scenes in Interstellar, but then you have like Anne Hathaway saying love is the one thing that transcends both space and time. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about this movie being great for science and stuff, and then you're talking about love transcending space and time and being like a physical force. No, don't talk shit. Like, just do the science thing.
Maybe it's some evidence, some artifact of a higher dimension that we can't consciously perceive. Love is the one thing we're capable of perceiving that transcends dimensions of time and space.
No, it's not. Like, we're not programmed to go through space, so we can still feel emotions for things that are miles away. If someone dies, you still feel sad because you're not fucking mental. Like, what are you talking about? It transcends space and time. So there's hatred by that logic. So there's loads of things. Stop saying stupid shit as if it's smart. Nolan.
Right, you see, that's it. I'm going to ask you guys what you're voting for before we record the pod next time, because I could have saved myself 2 hours, 45 minutes of my life this morning watching Interstellar.
Did you watch Interstellar again?
Craig, you made us watch Primer.
Craig, you haven't picked a single one yet.
I know, because, they're all so mid.
He hates time travel movies. Wasn't this your idea, this category?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, no, I'd probably end up picking Back to the Future, to be honest. I mean, what I watched in preparation for this... Groundhog Day, Hot Tub Time. Oh, okay. No, I like this one. I like Looper by Rian Johnson.
Yeah, I like it well enough. I don't think it's a great movie. I think it's a pretty good one, but I like it well enough. And the time travel stuff in it is very cool. So
I like there's a scene where Bruce Willis literally says, "Don't think about the time travel."
Oh, I hate when they do.
You're not going to get anywhere with it.
When they just say to the audience, "Don't think about it too hard." It's like, fuck you. You couldn't be bothered doing logic, so you just
what it
said,
is,
don't think about it.
Don't think about it.
So do you know what's gonna happen? You done all this already? As me?
I don't want to talk about time travel shit. Because if we start talking about it, then we're going to be here all day talking about it, making diagrams with straws. It doesn't matter.
When I hurt myself, it changes your body. So is what I do now change your memory?
It doesn't matter!
Well, no, my actual nomination, because it's my favourite of the films I've nominated.
Can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
Arrival?
No,
There's
I thought about that. Arrival's not a time travel movie, is what I decided. Otherwise, I would have picked it.
Oh, see, I'd say it is, but I hate the time travel element of it. So,
what did we say before? We were like somebody's time seeing. It's more like that. She doesn't actually travel through time at any point. She just becomes able to see different parts of her life or comprehend them all at once.
Okay,
which is not time travel, and so is different. Have you got any last guesses, Craig?
I have no idea.
It's Donnie Darko.
Oh yeah, of course.
So-
Yeah.
So my
yeah.
pick for best time travel movie is Donnie Darko, because I think although the time travel element of it isn't like as sophisticated in like a science or logic sense as something like Primer or Prisoner of Azkaban or whatever, but it's a great movie and it's a great time travel movie, just not the director's cut. Don't watch that. You know, he's like an alienated and lonely young man. And so the time travel makes sense because it's sort of like, oh, he feels as if he's literally a person out of time, who, like, he's in the wrong timeline. And that becomes kind of the story of the film and kind of the function of the time travel within it. Because it's kind of like, just like an angsty emo teen drama set at high school.
I've not seen Donnie Darko since I was an angsty young teenage boy.
Yeah, and that's kind of who it's for. Like, I haven't rewatched it since then either, and I kind of don't want to, because I'm like, what if it's rubbish when you're not an angsty young teen? But
I believe it's
I'm pretty
good.
sure it's
I believe it's
I
good.
believe it's good. I believe it's good. I don't think this is a jumper situation.
And in order for the vessel to travel through time, it's got to find a porthole, or in this case, a wormhole, or...
Well, could these portals just appear anywhere, anytime?
I think that's highly unlikely. No, I think what you're talking about is an act of God.
I've just spotted a little note I made to myself on my list of nominations that'll give you an idea as to where my head's at. I hope they accept Minority Report, otherwise I'm fucked. A little note to myself, because I have very few nominations. I wanted to mention Harry Potter. That's the one I like for the logic. Terminator 2 is a big one that people really rate, but I think I prefer Donnie Darko based off memory.
Yeah, Terminator 2 as well, I think, has time travel in it, but I wouldn't say it's like a time travel movie. It's like they time travel like, you know, like right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's the premise, but it's not.
It's the premise, but it's not like they're not time traveling constantly. It's just that time travel as a concept is part of Terminator.
Also, I think in Terminator, it might do the same logic as Harry Potter, where they travel back in time to do stuff, but that stuff already happened.
Yes, I think so.
Like Kyle Reese travels back and ends up being the father of John Connor. So it all works in a perfect loop. Yeah.
It is weird for your childhood friend to go back and then conceive you.
I don't think Kyle Reese...
Is it his childhood friend?
No, Kyle Reese never met John Connor.
Oh, does he not? I thought he was
Yeah.
mates with him.
No.
Shit, man, my memory's not good.
No, they were mates in the future, but not before that. But John Connor must have known that, I think. So
Yeah.
the future John Connor was like, you go back and bang my mum. And be
it's
my
like,
dad.
yeah, you go back, sleep with my mum. You've got to use that as some kind of weird creep pickup line. Where it's like, yeah, no, sorry, we have to sleep together, otherwise, like, the world will end. You know what I mean? And you don't want that on your shoulders, you know. So
You're going to die. And then this is clearly going to cause this exact future. Maybe he'd be better off just not doing any of that. And then maybe Skynet wouldn't have happened. If they just didn't send anyone back, it would have been fine.
yeah, if we just like left it as it is, but John Connor wanted to get laid.
Yeah.
No, Kyle Reese wanted to get laid. Fuck.
I want to go with Tom on Donnie Darko. I don't have any better contenders, I'm afraid.
Well, I think what I realised is that there's not that many good time travel movies. It sounds like more of a genre than it is, I think.
Yeah, well, a lot of people just go for the classic of Back to the Future, but
Yeah. It's a really good movie. I just personally don't like it as much as Donnie Darko.
yeah, it's just not to your taste, I agree.
Yeah, I'll vote for Donnie Darko.
We're all just going Donnie Darko. Oh, that means Tom's won twice again and he's already in the lead.
Yes, the clean sweep.
So the best time travel movie of all time is Donnie Darko. Woo! Yeah. Woo!
If you could see your path or channel, then you could see into the future, right? Like, that's a form of time travel.
Well, you're contradicting yourself, Donnie. If we were able to see our destinies manifest themselves visually, then we would be given a choice to betray our chosen destinies.